Welcome to the Refine and Shine, the podcast dedicated to mastering the art of continuous improvement and optimizing every aspect of your life. I'm Angelina Rivera, your host, and together we'll uncover the secrets to refining our lives, our habits, and our processes to unlock our inner brilliance. Join us on Refine and Shine, where we'll delve deep into achieving more in life without the burnout and without all the stress. This podcast is your platform for a more fulfilling life through continuous improvement and personal growth. In each episode, I and a diverse array of guests discuss practical strategies for up-leveling every aspect of your life. From developing good habits and organizing your space to refining your mindset and personal goals, we're going to explore it all. Our guests share personal stories about the systems they developed or systems they've used and the tweaks they've made in their lives when refinement was needed, allowing them to truly shine. Listen to Refine and Shine to learn how you can implement continuous improvement techniques in your daily routine, develop and maintain healthy habits that lead to success and satisfaction, organize your life to reduce the stress and increase your productivity, foster a growth mindset that propels you to new heights. My mission is to inspire you to take bold action, make positive changes, and become the best version of yourself. Whether you're aiming to elevate your career, nurture meaningful relationships, or enhance your overall well-being, Refine and Shine is your guiding light. With over 25 years of experience in continuous improvement, I help businesses streamline their processes, establish efficient work areas, and implement standard work protocols. I have trained over 600 individuals and teams in process improvement, optimizing workflows, and enhancing overall operational efficiency. Tune in every week as we embark on an enlightening journey, exploring paths to refinement and illuminating the way to shine in every area of our lives. Subscribe now and join us on this journey to polish your life and let your best self shine through. Thank you for joining us on Refine and Shine. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Refine and Shine podcast. I can't believe it's already been a month since we launched. It has been such an amazing journey so far. I loved meeting and recording with all of our incredible guests, and I'm super excited about what's coming next. I just want to take a moment to thank all of you, our listeners and supporters. Your feedback has been so invaluable. And some of you mentioned you'd like to hear a little bit more from me. So today I decided to do a mini podcast, solocast, to talk about something that's always been on my mind. It's something that a lot of us think about all the time, and that is time. Time is such a precious resource, yet it often feels we have so much of it, and that's what we tell ourselves. We always say, we'll do it tomorrow, next week, or next month. But in reality, we don't have an infinite amount of time. Every day brings us closer to the end of our journey, and that's just the honest truth. This means we need to make the most out of our time and use it as effectively as possible. We need to take control of our time and focus on our activities that promote growth, self-care, and health. I know what you're saying. This is easier said than done. But remember the shine principles I talked about on episode 1? It's all about these things. S, show up every day. Be present and committed even when it's tough, because you know what? Times are going to be tough. H stands for habits. Set conscious habits that align with your goals. I is be intentional. Work intentionally towards your aspirations. N means never give up. Persevere through challenges. Like I said, we're going to have some challenges. E means embrace wins. Every day, celebrate your daily successes, no matter how small. These principles are going to help you avoid burnout and stay on track with your goals. Many of you asked about the time I collapsed. Was that the only instance of burnout I had faced? And to be honest, I wish I could tell you it was. But I had burnout throughout my life. And I've experienced multiple burnouts since the day that I collapsed, though it has not been that extreme. You see, when I was younger, I used to study and work and try to just really be focused on my getting those high grades. And I worked and even my senior year of high school, I worked 2 jobs and I, commuted for school. It was a lot of things, but I had to be intentional and I learned how to just slow down. And it wasn't always easy, but I've been working on it and it's a constant focus. I have to constantly remind myself that I cannot do it all, or I need to slow down and I need to just go back and to reflect and remember to follow my shine principles. And another thing that I have made sure is I try to eliminate waste. And I'm not talking about going to the bathroom. Well, that'll be another episode about if I talk, when I talk about health and wellness. But this is talking about, and it applies to businesses as well, is that we have to learn how to use time management hacks and eliminate waste. And by waste, I am talking like in the lean manufacturing world, we use the acronym TIMWOODU to identify waste. I'll talk about that and how we can apply it to our everyday lives. So the first letter T, T stands for transportation. That is unnecessary movement of items or people. So what does that mean for us? Well, in our daily lives, this could mean making multiple trips to the store instead of planning and consolidating errands. Like, are you going to the store and getting your groceries and then you put your groceries home, take them all, put them away, and then you're like, oh, I forgot this. I got to go back to the store. So there's ways that you can do this. You can make sure that you're effectively planning your grocery list. Look at the items that you have. What do you need? Are you meal planning? And this goes back to scheduling. Are you planning your meals? For example, Taco Tuesday. Are you making sure if you're going to have tacos on Tuesday, when you go to the grocery store, you have everything that you need for those tacos? We'll talk about that in a minute when we talk about inventory, but making sure you have what you need when you're running your errands, going, if there's a store nearby, you have planning out your route and making sure that you're effectively using your route to get the most out of your in the car, driving, getting the most out of those type of things. So when we talk about I, which will be next, inventory, that's excess products or materials that are not being used. So going back to that grocery store list, are you looking at the inventory that you have before you even go to the store, before you run those errands? Those are something that you need to think about. This is really going to help you with your time. I know it sounds simple, but these are true hacks that I see people suffer with. They're like constantly having to go to the grocery store. Effective planning is really going to help you with this. Another thing with inventory for your home could be clutter. Do you have a lot of clutter or unused items that take up space? When they're taking up your space, they're also still taking up some mental energy. So work on getting rid of that clutter. Do you look at the expiration dates and in your pantry, in your food and all those types of things and making sure that you're getting rid of that stuff? Some deep cleaning, some pantry clean out would be really helpful there. And we'll talk about that in another episode, but just some things to think about. M stands for motion, excess motion or movement that doesn't add value. So think about constantly searching for misplaced items or tools. Keeping things organized can help reduce that waste. So let's talk about this a little bit. How many times are you looking for your car keys before you leave somewhere? Did that ring a bell? Did that touch anybody? So car keys. Put your car keys when you come home from wherever you're at, you put your car keys away, put them in the same place every day. Maybe it's a key hook that says keys right by your door. Or maybe it's, wherever you put your wallet or your purse or your backpack or whatnot. Putting these items in a particular place every day is going to really help so that you're not, you got to create the system so to make sure you're not having to find your keys and all those things. It's really going to go a long way. So the next one is W. W is waiting. That's idle time when nothing productive is happening. This could be waiting for a meeting to start or standing in long lines without using your time for something productive like reading or planning. So you all know we'll have a doctor's appointment or we have something like that and we're just sitting there waiting, right? Waiting to be called. What can we do if we have some big goals? What can we do while we're waiting for that time, waiting to be called? Could we read a book, some productivity? Could we schedule some appointments? Could we follow up on some email? Those are the things that we can do. so that we're just not wasting time. The next one is O. There's two O's here. So the first O is overproduction. So that's making more than is needed. So in our personal lives, this could be prepping more food than we can eat, leading to waste. So for me, when my husband and I first started, lived together, I came from a family of six. So I was used to making big meals. There was just the two of us. And so, and he doesn't like leftovers that much. So I had to really make sure and like cut down my proportions and things like that. So those are the types of things that, are you cooking too much than you can eat? I know you can freeze them and freeze things and do things like that, but just kind of like, you don't need to make, if there's only two people in your household, you don't need to make a turkey for dinner. Um, but those are just an example. The second O is over processing. Are you doing more work than necessary? So this can happen when we spend too much time perfecting something that doesn't require it. So focus on what adds value. Um, D stands for defects. That's mistakes that require rework. So at home, this can mean fixing something that you did wrong because you rushed, you were multitasking, or you didn't follow instructions properly. Even if you were like cooking dinner and you thought, okay, I'm going to cook dinner. And while I'm cooking dinner, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and do all these things. And you end up burning dinner. So that's a defect. So just be focused on what you're doing and the task at hand. That's really going to help you. U is unused talent. So that's not utilizing people's skills and abilities. So in our daily lives, this could mean not delegating tasks that others can help with, or not taking advantage of your own skills and strengths. So understanding these types of ways can help us streamline our activities and focus on what truly matters. Another thing I want to talk about is something that I face a lot is distractions. As someone who is self-diagnosed with ADHD, and I have two kids who also have ADHD, staying focused can be tough. It requires extra effort to stay on track and make the most out of my time. How often do we pick up our phones when we should be working? Why do we allow notifications to distract us? These are common issues, and here's a few hacks to help manage them. 1, set boundaries with your phone. Turn off non-essential notifications. Designate specific times to check your phone rather than doing it constantly. This is going to help you so much. You see, our brains aren't built to have all these inputs all at one time. It causes us to get frustrated and overwhelmed, especially when we're like working on a high level task. So work on that, okay? Use timers. Using a timer helps you with focus sessions, and it also helps you with your brain to rest. So you're going to want to take breaks in between. This is going to help you with maintaining productivity without all the burnout. Prioritize your tasks. Identify the most important tasks and tackle them first. This ensures that you're working on what matters most. Another thing is create a dedicated workspace. Having specific area for work can help signal the brain that it's time to focus. And the last tip I want to give you for right now is practice mindfulness. So you want to incorporate short mindfulness exercises in your day to help improve focus and reduce stress. It could be some breathing exercises, some stretching, things like that. So I hope these strategies will help you. These strategies can make a significant difference in how effectively we set our time. Remember, time is precious. Let's make the most of it by being intentional, eliminating waste, and focusing on growth and our self-care. Now, before I go, I'm excited to announce that I'm starting my next group coaching session on time management. This is a 6-week coaching course with weekly calls, and there's going to be 2 one-on-one calls as well. So there'll be a one-on-one call at the beginning of the program and then a one-on-one call at the end. You can check out the show notes for more info on how to sign up. So thank you for listening to this mini solocast. If you haven't already, check out episode 1 for more on the SHINE principles and how they can help you manage your time and avoid burnout. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes. And as always, thank you for your support. Let's continue to refine and shine together. And I just want to leave you with one more thing. Always be willing to embrace change and seek out opportunities for growth, whether it's in your personal life or your business. Don't be afraid to experiment with new ideas and processes, and be open to feedback and constructive criticism along the way. Remember, refinement and shining is a continuous journey, so don't get discouraged by setbacks or obstacles. Keep moving forward, stay focused on your goals, and celebrate your progress along the way. It's time to shine, so let's go. Until next time, take care and make every moment count. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Refine and Shine. We hope you find valuable insights and inspiration to fill your journey of continuous improvement. Remember, the key to success lies in refining your processes and letting your inner brilliance shine. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your feedback is greatly appreciated and helps us reach more listeners like you who are eager to refine and shine in all areas of life. Stay connected with us on social media for updates and additional resources and behind-the-scenes content. We love hearing from our listeners, so feel free to reach out with any suggestions, questions, or success stories you'd like to share. As we wrap up, remember that the power to transform your life lies within you. Keep striving for growth, embracing change, and seeking opportunities to refine your skills. Together, let's continue to shine bright and make a positive impact in the world. Until next time, keep refining and keep shining.